Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to discuss the last property, that is convolution property. So in the previous class we have discussed first 5 properties, and in this class we will discuss the last property, that is convolution property. So before that, we should know the topic, that is impulse response of LTI system. The impulse response of LTI system. Here LTA means here linear time invariant system. Linear time invariant. So linear time invariant system. Time invariant system. Okay. So it is a system which is a combination of linear system and time invariant system. Okay. So we will discuss detail in the upcoming coming classes. Then what is linear system, what is time invariant system, we'll discuss later. Okay, first of all we should know what is the impulse response of LTI system. So what is the importance of impulse response of LTI system? Okay, so to understand this one, so I will take a block diagram of LTI system. This is LTI system, and for this LTI system, which has input and which is also called as excitation, and for any system which has output, and it is also called as response of the system. Response of the system. Okay, so whatever the input, so this is the output of the system. So whenever we give the input to the system, which gives the output. Okay, so in this case here, so we are going to discuss impulse response. So in this case, so our input is impulse input. Our input is impulse input that is given to the LTI system, which gives the response. That response is called as the impulse response. You know that here impulse response, that is delta of t. So at t equal to 0, the function exits. For any value of t except t equal to 0, for any value of t, the function f of t is 0. So the impulse input as input to the LTI system, which gives the output or response, that response is called as the impulse response. Okay, that means here, so impulse response of a system is the output of the system when the input is impulse signal. That is the impulse response of the system when the input is impulse signal, and it can be represented by h of t. This is h of t, which can be represented by h of t. The impulse response is very important parameter in the LTI system, because the impulse response, by using impulse response, we can define the LTI system. That is the main importance of impulse response in the LTI system. Okay, so the main use of impulse response is to define the LTI system. That is, the impulse response is the characteristic of LTI system, and output of this system to any input to calculated is calculated by convolving the input with impulse response. This I can write here. The impulse response is characteristic of LTI system, and output of system to any input any input is calculated by convolving the input with the impulse response. That is the advantage of impulse response. That means here, if you know the impulse response of LTI system, we can easily to calculate the response of the system for any input with respect to. So we can calculate the output with respect to the input if we know the impulse response of the LTI system. Okay, just we can convolving the input with the impulse response. Okay, this is the impulse response of the LTI system. Now, this will help to understand the convolution property. So here, to find out the output here, just we are convolving the input with the impulse response. If we know the impulse response of the LTI system. Okay, now we are going to know the convolution property. Based on this knowledge, now we are use it to understanding the convolution property. Next property is last property, convolution property. So we know that here f of t function in time domain, that is x of t. Sorry, x of t is a function in time domain which is having Laplace transform x of s. And one more function is y of t, that is output function y of t in time domain, y of t which is having Laplace transform y of s. Okay, this is a h of t. We convolving the, if you apply the property of convolution property, x of t convolving with y of t. Okay, sorry here. So x of t is a time domain function, then which is having the Laplace transform x of s, and h of t is a impulse response in time domain of LTI system, which is having Laplace transform, that is h of s. So if we take the convolution of x of t with h of t, which gives the Laplace transform, that is just multiplication of x of s and h of s. X of t, convolution of x of t and y of t. Okay, so to understand this one here, so convolution in the multiplication is multiplication in the s domain. So convolution in time domain is multiplication in s domain. Okay, to understand this property, so I can take a simple example. So this is the system. That system is LTI system. You know that here the LTI system has a response. That response is here impulse response, that is h of t. And so whenever we give the input is here x of t. X of t is a input which is given to the LTI system. Then y of t is here is a response of this system. To find out the y of t, generally I can write here time domain. So time domain function in convolution, that is x of t convolution with h of t. So to find out the y of t here, to find y of t, we can take convolution of x of t and y of t. That is y of t is equal to x of t and h of t. So to find out this time domain function output. So we can take simple example, simple formula. Y of t is equal to integration minus infinity to infinity h of tau, sorry, x of tau h t minus tau d tau. So tau is the dummy factor. So this is a formula to calculate the output of the system. So in time domain, but it is very complex to calculate the time domain. That's why we go for the S domain, this frequency domain. In frequency, we know that here, in frequency, we know that in frequency domain, we know that the x of t is the function time domain, which is having Laplace transform x of s, and h of t is a impulse response in time domain, which is having Laplace transform h of s. If we take convolution in time domain, x of t, that is convolution h of t, that should be is equal to x of s and h of s, which gives the output. So y of t is equal to here, y of t is equal to x of t, and x of t convolution with the h of t, okay, is equal to x of s into h of s. This is a y of s, y of s. Okay, y of s is equal to x of s into h of s. This is output in S domain. To calculate the, again, if we want to calculate the response in time domain, just we can apply the inverse Laplace transform. Okay, na? So this is a very easy method to calculate the any time domain function. So this is a most significant method. It's a very important method. It is also very significant method. Okay, and thank you very much. And here up to now we have discussed the properties of Laplace transform. In the next class, so we'll discuss the inverse Laplace transform of time domain function. So after calculating the S domain function, how to calculate the how to convert the S domain to time domain by using inverse Laplace transforms. So by taking simple examples, so we can easy to understand the inverse Laplace transform of that S domain function. And thank you very much.